Welcome back to the 1031 Real Estate YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be covering the top 4 ways we see people reinvest through a 1031 exchange. First, though, I would like to cover who our typical clients are. So we work with people anywhere from what we like to call investors by default. And those are people who purchased the property and used it as their primary residence. And then when they moved, either relocated, needed a bigger house, whatever the reason may be, they kept that original property and decided to rent it out, all the way to people who invested in real estate in Silicon Valley intentionally, looking for that appreciation over time, and now either are looking to leverage their equity or convert it into more cash flow or whatever their reasons for reinvesting may be. So let's go ahead and jump right into those top 4 ways so we can talk about them and see if any of those would fit what you're looking to do. So the 4 ways we see our clients typically reinvest through a 1031 exchange would be a more balanced approach to their real estate portfolio, moving to an all cash type of portfolio. Another way would be moving their equity closer to where they've relocated. So if they've, moved out of Silicon Valley, either for work or retirement or whatever the reason may be, and they want to move their equity closer to them. And then the last, big way we see people reinvest through a 1031 exchange would be syndications, specifically Delaware statutory trusts, or a DST. And we'll get into more detail in these 4 different approaches in this video. And then I think what we'll do is we'll make separate videos on each way, so we can talk about the more nuances and how people, more of the nuances and how people, go about each of these ways. So the first way we see people reinvest through a 1031 exchange is to take a more balanced approach at their real estate investments. What that means is they're still looking for appreciation, but they want more cash flow than what is achievable in Silicon Valley. So it is still achievable in California, or you can go to other states. And typically clients that go this route see, between 5 and 6%, net cash flow returns per year. And, still get about 5 to 6% in terms of appreciation. Just to compare that to Silicon Valley, if you average out the appreciation in Silicon Valley, over any significant stretch of time, it's about 8% a year. So Silicon Valley gets 8%, California, usually around 5 to 6% on any, normal appreciating year. So the second way we see people 1031 exchange would be, they're looking for all cash flow. These are people that are, they want a more usable form of wealth, and usually are either one of 2 things: close to retirement or retired, or they're younger investors that want a more active role in their investments. So people that are close to retirement, they've got their net worth through their appreciation and their equity, and they say, hey, we don't live within our net worth, we live within our monthly income. How do we turn our equity into income without using our equity, right? We don't want to dwindle our net worth to live off of. How do we turn it into something that's usable rather than just more appreciation? And then the flip side, the younger investors that want a more active role are going to be increasing their net worth and compounding their monthly cash flow by reinvesting that cash flow. This typically is not achievable in California, unless you're going that commercial route, which is, a whole separate video in itself. And clients that work with us that go this all cash flow route typically see at least 8 to 9% in terms of net cash flow per year. Now, it's important to remember, though, that these clients are not getting very much appreciation at all in the markets they're going to. Usually it's pretty insignificant. It's about 1 to 2% in terms of appreciation. The third way we see our clients typically reinvest would be, I'd say, less motivated off of changing their investing style and more off of just personal need. These are people that these investors move their money closer to their physical location. So whether they've relocated for work or retirement or whatever the reason, and they want to keep a closer eye on their investments, they'll sell their properties here in Silicon Valley and reinvest near themselves. A lot of times they either self-manage the properties and the distance is just too far, or they've had bad experience with property managers and want to move to a self-management style. It's tough for me to give you a typical like return for what someone's getting because it really depends on the area. What I can tell you is when clients choose to go this route, we'll analyze the greater, the bigger area they're in, not just the city they're located in, and make sure we find the best geographic location that's within driving distance for them to get them the type of return they're looking for. And the other thing we like to do is, like this slide shows, analyze the local real estate market and local economy so we can make sure you're putting your money in the best location possible. So the fourth top way we see clients reinvest is syndication, typically a Delaware statutory trust. And like I said earlier in the video, we'll make a video or a series of videos on DSTs. We get a lot of clients ask about REITs, real estate investment trust. DSTs are very similar to those. They're a little more advantageous if you want to do the 1031 exchanges in and out of them. REITs come along with some other hassles. So same thing, separate topic than the main purpose of this video. But people that go into the DSTs, they want to keep their money invested in real estate, want to continue to get a return, but don't want any of the headaches or time involved with managing the real estate themselves. Typical type of client would be someone getting ready to retire, or someone who is inherited a property. They don't want an investment property. They don't want to take on the burden of managing it themselves, but they want to continue to get a return on that money. They'll move their money into a Delaware statutory trust. It's also beneficial for someone who is inheriting an investment property, but there's multiple heirs. So they want to be able to split the money up, but want to keep getting cash flow from their inheritance. People that go into the DSTs typically see about 3.5% to 5% in terms of yearly return. DSTs are nice because it's what we call mailbox money. You just get a check in the mailbox every month of your portion of the cash flow of that syndication. So that's kind of a short video. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Obviously, these are not the only ways you can 1031 exchange or invest in real estate. It just happens to be what we find our clients typically do, is these four. Obviously, you can go commercial, multifamily, industrial, all of that. We can help you with any of that. If any of these seem interesting or intriguing to you and you want to talk further, we'd be happy to schedule time to talk with you about any of these or all of these different styles that we've had clients go with in the past. We'll put our contact information in the description below, and you can also go to our website and book time on our calendar or on my calendar through our website. So if you found this video helpful and you want to see more, please consider subscribing to our channel. Like I said in the last video, hit that bell that all the YouTubers talk about, and then consider liking our video. Definitely helps us out and will motivate us to continue to create more. So on the scheduling of the videos, we're going to try to put them out every Wednesday. This one will probably be posted on Saturday, but we're going to try to do an every Wednesday of a new section of 1031 exchanges or real estate topics. So hopefully you found that helpful.